Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. In today's video we will be continuing and updating the trade skill guides for the July patch, and this one will be armoring. Armoring in New World is a very important skill. It allows crafters to craft, well, armor obviously, light, medium, and heavy, utilizing both the outfitter station and the forge to craft the corresponding armor types. But that's not all. It also allows them to craft bombs that are important in both PvP and PvE environments. And bags. These bags are important not only for the increased carry weight that we all want, but also for the various perks they come with, improving your ability to harvest more in one session, get more faction tokens per mission, or even increase the amount of Azoth you get per bottle. Before I begin with the leveling, I want to cover a couple things that will make leveling much easier. This will of course apply to every stage. This way I don't have to mention it every stage over and over throughout the video. First, the town board requisitions. There was a time when they didn't really matter much, but with the changes over the past few months, they provide a huge amount of experience for your armoring trade skill, at a very, very low resource requirement. The only reason you can't fully max a trade skill in this manner is because the limitations built into the system. Town boards take 30 minutes to refresh, and getting an armor requisition from one is random. So no, you won't be able to level using town boards all the way. However, don't skip them or forget them either. Doing only a few will save you thousands of resources in the end, so it is always recommended. Another new system I need to mention is the perfect salvage system. I won't get into that. I have made a guide on this system and provided a link in the description to it. But the important thing to know here is that when training a trade skill, always craft in sessions, breaking the total of each tier into pieces. This way you will be able to utilize the potential scraps you receive from perfect salvages for free experience. And it is not a small amount either. I recommend checking out that guide. And finally, before entering into any large skill training endeavor, always spec 100 into focus. This will provide you with a 10% increase in materials refunded during your salvaging, which, as you may have guessed, will be a large part of what you will be doing here. Getting as much from salvaging as you can, as often as you can, will reduce the potential materials I'm about to list by up to 15%, or in some cases even more, which over the course of your training will save you hours and hours of farming or thousands of coin. Now that we've covered that, let's get into the training. From 0 to 50. For this section, in truth, you will honestly probably skip it. If you're checking the town boards, you will have hit 50 fairly quickly just from doing a few town board requisitions, but I will include it anyway in case you have been unlucky or just do not have the time to be bothered with it. So for this section, you will be making 112 pairs of rough leather gloves. For this, you will need 448 coarse leather, 448 linen, and 112 iron ingots. This will be easy enough and you will blow through this in only a few moments. 50 to 100. Here you will be making 345 rugged leather gloves. For this you will require 1380 rugged leather, 1380 linen, and 345 iron ingots. Again, nothing very difficult. From 100 to 150. Here you will be making 488 pairs of layered leather gloves. This will require 1952 layered leather, 1952 linen, and 488 iron ingots. Moving on from 150 to 200. In this section you start to have other options, which we will talk about. So basically the first thing you will want to do is craft 831 infused leather gloves. This will require 3,324 infused leather, 3,324 linen, and 831 iron ingots. Now, depending on your server economy, you could also make expedition gloves, which will cost you in expedition mats, like sticky vine, spectral dust, or whatever, but will save you in raw materials and provide double the experience. If you set buy orders for things like spectral dust and let them fill up while you prep to begin your training, you could save yourself a ton of coin and time finishing this section. Here's an example. As you know, it takes 831 pairs of infused leather gloves to hit 200. Well, if you choose to take the time to gather the spectral dust for example, but any will do, it will only take 394 pairs of expedition gloves to achieve the same goal. Now, this may be cheaper or more expensive as I said. It will depend a great deal on the current market prices of these mats and how patient you are in preparation. But either way, I wanted to share that with you as an optional route. So now that you're at 200 armoring, what's next? Well, really a ton of work. First, you're going to need your armoring set. This is mandatory and will be necessary if you plan to craft 600 gear score gear. And of course, that was the plan when you began this adventure. The armor set, of course, comes in a Tier 4 and Tier 5 variant. But now, the Tier 4 set is only obtainable from the patterns found in the aptitude crates. The Tier 5 set, however, can still be farmed. For the helm, you will want to farm Leviathan of the Deep, found in Mbutsi Superior in the Shattered Mountains. For the chest, you will want to kill the Siren's Fist, found in Forecastle Drift and Reekwater. For the gloves, the Siren's Guide, in Forecastle Drift and Reekwater once again. And for the pants, the Siren's Gun, and once again, Forecastle Drift and Reekwater. And for the boots, you will want to farm the Abiogenesis, found in Malevolence and Edengrove. You will also need an earring with +5 minimum armoring crafted item quality. These have been changed slightly to drop less in the world. However, the Orichalcum armoring charm is very cheap on the market and can be used at your outfitting station to craft your own earring by adding it as a desired mod. This earring can be low level, any quality, none of this matters. You will only be wearing it to craft, and all that's important from it is the +5 armoring. Next up, trophies. You will of course want to have 3 major armoring trophies, one for each of your homes. These aren't quite as important as your armoring set, as they do not increase your max potential roll in crafting. They simply increase your minimum, so you can craft 600 gear score items without them. However, they will decrease your roll range, giving you along with everything else the desired 595 to 600 potential roll, decreasing your chances at rolling purples and increasing your chances at legendaries. And finally, the food. As an armorer, when you craft, you're always going to want to have spicy cabbage soup on hand, as these provide you with the needed +15 minimum gear score when you craft armoring items. Well guys, I hope this updated guide helps those of you who have posted on my old ones requesting it, and as things change I will keep these up to date. Well, as up to date as possible. If you have any questions, please feel free to check my Discord. I or someone there will always be available to help. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.